I am a locally sourced, biodynamic, free-range organic poet, so please enjoy my poetry, guilt-free. I'm going to start with a few nursery rhymes and then build to a crescendo of literary brilliance. But these, ladies and gentlemen, are nursery rhymes for troubled times. Jack and Jill went up the hill because everywhere else was flooded. Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. 'Cause modern life is so stressful and I don't have the time to do any cooking and say that it's mine. I can open a packet and program a microwave. Never learned to cook. I'm a modern day wage slave. Lost touch with the earth and body and soul. Thanks, I'll have 2 mince pies and a sausage roll. Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? I've been to Burma, but I can't talk about it. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe, because there's a housing crisis, mostly due to people buying up cottages when they live in the city. They're empty most of the time, which I think is really shameful. So, we've had some wonderful speakers and performers today. I've been weeping on and off all day. And we all know who they are, but we don't all know who is the hard workers behind the scenes. So I just want to say, Jeannie Honey and Claire Kennedy and all the crew, they've been amazing. Let's hear it for them. Back to me. I've only got 8 minutes. So, do you remember a few years ago we had like a major heat wave in April? So I took the kids to the beach. Don't know whose kids they were, but I had a bucket and spade. And our nearest bit of coast is Timnath. And the children were playing very well on the beach, so I started writing this poem. And as I was writing it, I could hear the voice of the poem, and it was all sort of all talking like that, right? And I don't usually talk like that. So it proves that it was divinely channeled. So I'm going to remain true to the voice in my head and do it all like that. It's called Timnath Muse, incorporating personal, societal, and environmental elf. That's not ELF elf, it's like health and fitness sort of thing, right? 2 seagulls sitting on the roof of a van. They look like they own it, them and their clan. We're at the seaside today, gonna have us some fun. We got spades, sand and sarnies, sunblock and sun. Don't care if me mobile is out of range. We're making good use of the climate change, which of course is a complete and utter bummer, but it's only April and it's just like summer. 2 kids and 2 ice creams can sure make a mess. I'm looking over the river to Shoulder Ness. This beauty I find really hard to express, but most of the people, they couldn't care less. I tell them the environment is under duress, but they say that all that info just adds to their stress. Yet still I continue, though their buttons I press. Their apathy gets to me, it makes me depressed. 2 dogs sniffing at each other's arses. Seems to be the way in which they make passes. They don't have a concept of what status or class is. Just shows up society, yeah? That's what a farce is. Have you got the right short shoes, bikini, sunglasses? Seems them people need a spiritual and emotional catharsis. To get over themselves and get with the beat. Find their head, find their heart, find their hands, find their feet. 2 pigeons strutting and pecking on the beach, yeah? Would rather see a shark or a deep sea creature. But they ain't yet a familiar feature of Timnath, though I do think they'll eventually reach ya. With the global warming, yeah, that'll teach ya. Don't want to go too over the top like a preacher. But I feel sufficiently moved to make this speech, yeah. Should I be more philosophical, like Nietzsche? 2 pigeons have fled now, they spotted a kestrel. My picnic is pitiful, it's low in cholesterol. 'Cause my levels are high, it's kind of ancestral. Now I only eat chocolate when dangerously premenstrual. Otherwise I try to be fit and healthy, but the better the food, the more you gotta be wealthy. Live in Knightsbridge, Hampstead, Kensington or Chelsea. Or be good at shoplifting and being generally stealthy. 2 kids swathed in sunblock to prevent skin cancer, but I really don't think that that is the answer, because the sunblock itself is carcinogenic, so you've got to buy products that are natural and organic. But they're dead expensive, it's not financially viable, so you think about nicking it, but then you'd be liable to get arrested, because stealing's against the law. And the gap is still growing between rich and poor. When life is not fair, it can make you illegal. Banged up in a cell, you might think of a seagull, flying free in the sky, not earthbound like man. 2 seagulls sitting on the roof of a van. That's how this poem ends, it's also how it began. Thank you. Did you hear me Pirates poem earlier? Well, I'm not doing it again, I'm doing this one. This is a new one which I have written sort of especially for today. It's called The 99%. I've been ranting about the state of the world for nearly 30 years. I'm used to it all falling on stone-deaf ears. We were once just a few on the fringes. They labelled us cranks and whingers. But now we're in our millions, we're occupying Earth. We want a fairer system, we're ready for rebirth. Because now it's not just lefties and loonies, twitchers and naturalists, pagans and greenies, witches and naturists. But it's also travellers, gypsies and tinkers, philosophers, poets and thinkers, double espresso drinkers, druids, dudes, dreadlock Rastafarians, purveyors of fine foods, parish councillors, Rotarians, makers of snoods, lacto-octo-vegetarians, painters of nudes, macrobiotic fruitarians, extroverts, prudes, mega-neurotic breatharians, allotment weeders, Pomeranian breeders, even, can it be true, Daily Mail readers, housewives, school kids, teenagers, teachers, pensioners, prisoners, posties and preachers. Now we're in our millions, we're occupying Earth. We want a fairer system, we're ready for rebirth. We're all hell-bent to make our voices heard, with a 99% standing up for the world. This moment will never happen again. Blink and it's gone, it's history. But if you can love the anarchy, you surf in the wave of the mystery. And here is a holy place to be. This time, this space, this you and me. But they would rather have us believe that what we've got is not enough. We must buy the dream, buy happiness, and fill our lives with stuff. And there's a bloody great rat that I smell, and it rots in their consumerist hell. It makes me feel rather unwell. You're gonna buy that dream they sell. But here's a different tale that I tell about how you and me can dispel their myths of greed and fear, because there's nowhere to go but here. And the time is exactly now. This moment will never happen again. Blink and it's gone, it's history. But if you can love the anarchy, you surf in the wave of the mystery. And here is a holy place to be. this time, this space, this you and me.